Have you ever been at the store, seen a price, and thought, wow, that's a steal, but then you get to the checkout and the bill is way higher than you expected? Yeah, that's not just bad luck. It's a deliberate marketing trick, and it's designed to make big prices feel really, really small. Today, we're going to break down exactly how they do it. All right, our first stop is a place we all know and love, the supermarket. It's basically the perfect playground for marketers to test out pricing psychology on us. And one of the most common tricks is hiding right there in the meat aisle. So you see an ad for chicken, and the price is right there, front and center. Just $1 per 5 ounces. Your brain immediately zeroes in on that number, $1. It feels incredibly cheap, doesn't it? It's an easy yes. But let's be real, nobody's buying just 5 ounces of chicken for dinner. You grab a normal-sized pack, maybe 15 ounces, and all of a sudden, that's $3. Now, the total price isn't crazy, but it does make you wonder, why did that first price feel so much better? Well, the answer has way less to do with your calculator and everything to do with your brain's little shortcuts. See, marketers know we don't always stop and do the math. Instead, we just react, emotionally to the very first number we see. This slide right here just lays it all out perfectly. Our eyes, our attention, it all locks onto that left column, the focus. We get anchored to that single dollar. The reality over on the right, the price we actually end up paying, that becomes kind of secondary. We've already decided it's a good deal based on that first tiny number. And this whole technique, it actually has a name. It's called unit pricing, and it's all about breaking down a big, kind of scary cost into smaller, much more manageable pieces. The goal is super simple. Just lower our natural resistance to spending money. Okay, so let's take this idea and see how it works on much bigger purchases. This is where unit pricing goes from just a little supermarket trick to a really powerful sales strategy, especially for expensive stuff. I remember hearing a radio ad that went almost exactly like this. A fancy, new, state-of-the-art vacuum cleaner, and it was available for just $18 a month? $18? That's it? I mean, that's like a couple of coffees or one lunch out. It just sounds completely doable. But, of course, this slide reveals the full story. That monthly payment is tiny, yeah, but look, it's stretched out over nearly 3 years. So the whole point is you're not paying $18 for a vacuum cleaner, you're paying $600. That smaller number just makes that big number much, much easier to swallow. Now, this strategy isn't just for things like vacuums. It's also used to sell some of the most important and expensive products we'll ever buy in our lives by tying them directly to our deepest emotions. Just imagine an ad for life insurance. It's not going to talk about some massive 6-figure policy. No, it's going to frame the decision just like this. $3.50 a day. It takes this huge financial commitment and compares it to a tiny everyday purchase, a cup of coffee. I mean, who wouldn't trade a daily coffee for their family's peace of mind? But that small daily cost is actually funding a massive $100,000 policy. The psychology here is just brilliant. By breaking it down to a daily cost, it turns a really daunting financial decision into a simple, manageable habit. And this is the absolute core of the strategy. It completely reframes the question. It's no longer, can I afford this huge one-time cost? Instead, it becomes, can I afford this small recurring expense? And, the answer to that second question is almost always yes. So now that we're in on the trick, how do we look at pricing differently? The goal isn't to never spend money again, but just to be fully aware of what the real cost is behind those appealing little numbers. And you're going to start seeing this everywhere now. Prices are broken down by weight, like our chicken example. They're broken down by time, like the monthly payments for the vacuum or the daily cost of insurance. And sometimes they're even broken down by lifespan, framing a cost over 10 or even 100 years to make it seem totally insignificant. So here's the big takeaway. The next time you're looking at a small, really tempting price, just ask yourself this one simple question. What's the total cost I'm really paying? Whether it's over a pound or over a year or over a decade, just doing that quick mental math can completely change your perspective. Because when it all comes down to it, it's often the smallest numbers that are designed to have the biggest impact on your wallet. The price might look small, but the total cost can be huge.